EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys establishing themselves amongst the league's best. 7-1 here through the first 8 games. Across from him on the Bucs sideline, Todd Bowles. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. That's caught. Emeka Buka. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Mayfield to throw it. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
3rd and 19. To throw, Mayfield. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there? Yeah. 2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football. Now Mayfield lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Open man is Ibuka. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Broncos offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop the throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the... Now Mayfield cannot get away. He's taken down in the end zone. It's a safety and 2 points.
Partner, you got to check this out, because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline, because they all went over to congratulate their punter, because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone and gave them an opportunity to get the safety that we just saw to add to their lead. That's teamwork right there. Full complementary football, and they got it done.
Taking it about the 16.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for a Broncos first down. 2 yards on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive, because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now back to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Brian Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2.
The quarterback will keep it himself. They'll try and run it here. And he is in to make it 16-0.
16. Buccaneers, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now Mayfield. He'll try and do this himself. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Good. 20.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
180.
Mayfield to throw it this time. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
180.
Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
In motion goes the tight end. Mayfield now. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing, Mayfield. Touchdown! From 21 yards away. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 34 yards to gain that time, another 1st down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the two-point try will be unsuccessful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here's Mayfield. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
41-yard line.
Second down and 3. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now second and 3. Looking to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. He got 29 yards that time.
First down. A gain of 29 yards. First down, Denver.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our spin through the NFL starts now. In Inglewood, the Rams at home to take on the Green Bay Packers. And here's the Packers running back. Do not blink. This is one of the best runs of the season. They're not going to catch him. The Packers are the first team to 10 wins this year. They are 10-0 with this victory. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's the former star at nearby Ohio State, Quinshawn Judkins. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. Lastly, let's get down to Miami, the Dolphins taking on the Jets. And it's Tua Tagovailoa. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score. The Dolphins get a much-needed win as they move back to 500 at 5-5. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on. The risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
The pass on second down. Complete to number 15. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
a yard, all they need, but it's third down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
a gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Broncos.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
A gain of 15. And the Broncos first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Smith on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3. At the
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And the Broncos down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the
Hands it off out of the gun. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
A gain of 12. First down, Broncos.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for
The quarterback will keep it himself. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Buccaneers 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 23. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, just say thank you, Mr. QB. That ball gets tipped in the air, and they come out with a first down.
You've said it before, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, but what you have to do as a defender, that ball's in the air, you've got to go up and get it, and at worst, not.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. The sack recorded, it's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
At the
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
To throw, Mayfield. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Gain of 17 yards.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He'll look to throw. Open man is Ibuka. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Denver's offense now set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
At the 28-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well,
normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. He's going to try and do this himself. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Broncos have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for
The quarterback will keep it himself. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
It's a gain of 11.
Here is third and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. And he is caught. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their turns as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
So the Broncos coming out now. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. There he goes again. Off to the races. Inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that touchdown is going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and a couple.
180.
Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Still going inside the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to pound it. There he goes, left side. He's to the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. The try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. shifts by him. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now Mayfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Mayfield now. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's
caught inside the 30. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot
there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Denver, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.